Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, people? Y'all know what it is, man. We trying to get live at 5, trying to get that thing lit at 6. Coming live and direct, so give me all my respect. Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports, man. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross. Big ups to that 501 and that 317. Little Rock, Indianapolis, man. We are in the building. And I'm back with another one, man. Back with another one. Got a little boxing talk for you guys today. Not much out there, man. That's why we doing this late night stream, you know what I'm saying? Not much out there, man. So we had to come back with a late night one on them, you know what I'm saying? Had to come back on the late night tip. Some news came out, some news broke, and I felt like it was something that was show worthy. I felt like it was something that we should all be talking about right now, you know what I'm saying? We got a little news with Floyd Mayweather. We got a little UFC 49 news. But before I begin on that, man, I was just watching hot boxing with Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? And big ups to that baddest chick out there, you know what I'm saying? Trina, you know what I'm saying? She was on Mike Tyson tonight, and I don't know how the conversation moved to oh yeah, I know how it moved, because they were talking about how I know Mike Tyson was a boxer, you know what I'm saying? We all know that. His co-host, forget the guy's name right now, he was a pro football player, and Mike was always like, I was scared before fights. I was very, very, you know what I'm saying, nervous before fights. His co-host said that he threw up before games. Trina said she got butterflies, you know what I'm saying, before she went on stage and things like that. So I was just thinking, like, I was one of, you know what I'm saying, those guys, like, before games that got the butterflies and things like that. Some guys had to take a shit before a game. It just was their ritual. But how do you go from, like, I was just thinking, like, how do you, like, and they brought it up too, how do you go from having those butterflies or having that stage fright or having that anxiety of being scared or even throwing up to going out there and, like Trina did, murdered the rap game, you know what I'm saying, really set the way for a lot of female rappers. Mike Tyson went out there and destroyed guys over and over and over again. Like, he went out there and destroyed guys, and for him to say that he was scared before fights is just amazing to me. And like I'm like, it's amazing the effect that sports has on you guys. But before the thing, you know what I'm saying, you thinking about the game, you know what I'm saying. Then right up to it, you get those butterflies, and then during the game, you absolutely just want to take your opponent apart, no matter if it's basketball, football, boxing, any sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, you absolutely, during the match, you want to absolutely desecrate your opponent. You want to kill him. Like, you not kill him like literally, but you want to demoralize him. And how do we go from that to after the match, all friendly, all good sportsmanship, shaking hands and things like that? Just sports. I just thought it was kind of a cool conversation. So if you haven't watched Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson with Trina, you know what I'm saying, she's definitely on there. Big ups to her. She's still looking good, still looking bad as ever, you know what I'm saying? Boy, she 45, because I had to Google how old she was. I said, damn, Trina's still out here looking nice, you know what I'm saying? 45, so she been looking good. What else been going on, man? What's been going on with y'all? I know tonight, you know what I'm saying, we're going to talk boxing, but before we talk boxing, man, let me give a big shout out to my guy Ron G. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know him. He from formerly of the Boxing Voice, currently with Fi Hype. He made me this background for my channel, man. He's like one of my good friends in this boxing game. So he was just telling me, man, we need to do things to make your channel look better. So I just want to give y'all the reason why I went with these guys, and man, so y'all can quit asking me and all that kind of shit. Now, when I first started watching like the UFC like regularly, The only reason I started watching regularly because it was a good dude named Israel Adesanya that was coming over to the UFC that was getting a lot of pub and I looked at his kickboxing highlights and I was like, okay, this guy, he's gonna be pretty good. You know what I'm saying? If he can strike like that in the UFC, and he got some kind of ground game or some kind of game that prevents guys taking him to the ground, then he's gonna be a problem. And man, he's been a problem ever since. This next guy, Deshaun Watson, man, I got a bittersweet kind of relationship with, man. Wasn't really never a big fan of Deshaun Watson when he was at Clemson. He had surgery, I believe, his sophomore year or his freshman year. Came back, you know what I'm saying, was a solid player. Really started to get a lot of notice, you know what I'm saying, when he took Clemson to back-to-back. Took Clemson to back-to-back national championship games, and they played Alabama both times. When I say that this guy was the best player on the field in both games, he was the absolute best player on the field in both games, and he gave his team a chance at victory each and every time out. And despite his lack of coaching in Houston Texans, with Bill O'Brien being the guy at the helm, he has continued to put up good, solid numbers year in and year out, just not for the year that he got injured. Any other year than that, he's been absolutely killing the game. And that's why I got a lot of respect for Deshaun Watson. I call him the Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? He young Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that fourth quarter, when it comes to that game on the line, the boy is money. Number 84, Randy Moss. Randy Moss, baby. Look here, man. All I got to tell you guys, Randy Moss to me is the best receiver to ever play the game. Randy Moss is the best receiver to ever play the game. I'll debate with anybody. Next up, Deontay Wilder. One of the reasons that I started watching boxing, man. Like if you don't know the story, go back and watch past episodes. But had to put Deontay on there. He's definitely one of my favorite current athletes. And yeah, man, he's doing this thing too. Look out for the rematch. Kobe Bryant. What else could I say about Kobe? In my opinion, the second greatest player to put on sneakers, to dribble a basketball, to pull up for a jump shot. Man, one of the greatest players I've seen in my life. Just not greater than the person that I'm gonna mention later on. But when it comes down to somebody that I you know what I'm saying, try to model my game after coming up, somebody that I did a motherfucking a report on in college, Kobe Bryant, man. Yeah, he's one of a kind. Terrence Bud Crawford, pound for pound, the baddest man throwing down right now. Bud Crawford, man, say what you want to about him. All his resume not as strong as others. You put guys in that ring with him, and you see what happened to him. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Next up, do he really need an introduction? Do he really need an introduction? The man who made me fall in love with the sport of basketball. Do he really need an introduction? Come on, y'all. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, 6-time Final MVP, 5-time NBA MVP, 6-time NBA champion, Defensive Player of the Year. Been on the All-NBA team, 9, 11, something like that. I ain't got the stats right now off my hand, but when I say that man was a bad boy, he was a bad boy. His first playoff series against the Boston Celtics, coming off where he broke his foot earlier that year, so he only played like 30 games, maybe less than that. He dropped 6-3 against the Celtics. After the game, they had Larry Bird quoted as, "That's Jesus playing basketball." That ain't my quote, but it is what it is, man. Next up, L. Jack. This generation's Michael Vick with a little bit improved coaching around him, you know what I'm saying? And a little bit improved head on his shoulders, too. Like he really out here paying attention to detail when it comes to the game plan, and it just seems like he wants to be great. And in the way he's headed, he's definitely headed towards to be great. The notorious one, Conor McGregor, man. Come on, man. How can I not put if you know Mike, you know I like shit talking. You know I love me some shit talking. And this man right here talks some of the best shit in any sport, combat or non-combat. And when the things to be talked about, he'll talk about it. Hey, man. And last but not least, man, Ken Griffey, the only guy to ever make me tune into a baseball game. Really, like a full game? Nah, I normally catch the ninth innings or something like that. But Ken Griffey, man, he was definitely that guy. He had the shoes. He had the video games back in the day. And shit, he was a cold brother. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the rundown on the poster. You know what I'm saying? On why I got it and you know what I'm saying, who helped me with it, and because like I said to my guy Ron G. But let's go and get into this boxing talk, man. Well, first of all, let's go in and get into the big news of the day. We got to talk about Dana White and the reason UFC 249 has been canceled. Before I talk to you, I got video for Dana White, so let's go out to Dana White and see what he got to say. Dana. Oh, my bad. It's just a picture of Dana White.
And you know, them asking me to stand down, there's no way that I wouldn't not do it. So, and everybody's saying the fight's canceled. The fight is not canceled. The fight is postponed and being pushed back. Are coming, man. They're coming. I respect ESPN. They've been an amazing partner to us since day one. And, you know, them asking me to stand down, there's no way that I wouldn't not do it. So, and everybody's saying the fight's canceled. The fight is not canceled. The fight is postponed and being pushed back.
This weekend, I think the way he's talking that the 25th of this month is still on board, but ESPN came to him and told him to cease and desist. Real quick, he got on Dress the Island right quick.
What's up, everybody? I'm going to give you guys a minute to get in here. So let me start with this. Fight Island is real. Fight Island is a real thing. It's really happening. The infrastructure is being built right now on the island. I'm ready to go. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And Tachi Palace stood their ground, stood behind us, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate those guys. What's up, everybody? I'm going to give you guys a minute to get in here. So let me start with this. Fight Island is real. Fight Island is a real thing. It's really happening. The infrastructure is being built right now on the island. I'm ready to go. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And Tachi Palace stood their ground, stood behind us, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate those guys.
Fight Island is a real thing. They're still out there building infrastructure as we speak. I'm going to bring you the particulars of the story right now. Let's go out to it right quick. Screen share. And this article is coming from ESPN. So big ups ESPN for the article. And yeah, man, let's get to it. All right. And the title of the article is, let me see, UFC 249 off April 18th. All other events postponed. All right. It says UFC 249 would not proceed on April 18th, despite UFC President Dana White efforts to move forward with the pay-per-view event. All other UFC events have now, am I muted? Yeah, okay. Have now been postponed indefinitely due to the corona pandemic. Today we got a call from the highest level you can go at Disney and the highest level at ESPN. And the powers that be there asked me to stand down and do not do this event next Saturday, White told ESPN Brett Okamoto on Thursday. UFC 249 was scheduled to air on ESPN Plus. ESPN has a 5-year contract as the exclusive home of UFC fights on its networks and pay-per-view services. White said ESPN told him it didn't want him to do the fight, but he called the partnership strong and said he'll look forward to putting his next fight on the network. I can go next week White said, so whenever my partner gives me the thumbs up that they're ready, I'm ready to go. In a statement, ESPN said it had been in constant contact with the UFC regarding UFC 249. Nobody wants to see sports return more than we do, but we did not feel that it was the right time for a variety of reasons. ESPN expressed concerns to UFC, and they understood. On Monday, White told ESPN he had secured a location in the U.S. to host weekly fights for at least the next 2 months. He told ESPN on Thursday that he was ready to go at the Tachi Palace Casino Resort in Landmark, California, near Fresno. The California State Athletic Commission had canceled all comeback sporting events through May 31st. But because the Tachi Palace Casino Resort is situated on tribal lands, the ban did not apply. The casino also did not have to follow an executive stay-at-home order by the state. Okay, so they got all kind of different rules over there on the reservations. It's been a battle since day one, White said of the card. We've been fighting nonstop all day and night since this pandemic started to put on this event, April 18th. Tachi Palace in California, the Indian reservation, has had our back this whole time, has stood their ground, was willing to do this fight. And let me tell you this, when the world gets back to normal, California, that fight will be at Tachi Palace. The pay-per-view event was to be headlined by interim. Yeah, so y'all pretty much, man, know what happened. Read y'all the story. Now, look, my thoughts on it, man. I think at this point in time, ESPN did the right thing. They definitely did the correct thing. It's just too much uncertainty out there, man. Nobody really knows what's gonna be the outcome of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't really got a clear indication from all the scientists and all the special doctors that have been working on it. These doctors have been advising us to, if you don't have to go out, do not go out. Stay at home. Like, I can tell you a story about me going to the grocery store the other day. I hop in the Uber. The Uber got gloves on and mask. I'm like, oh man, this shit is kind of high. You know what I'm saying? Go to the grocery store. I tell you, damn it, everybody had on a mask and gloves. So people are taking this shit seriously, and it just made me feel like I was in a laboratory or something like that, or a doctor office. I just didn't realize, you know what I'm saying, or never could have imagined seeing so many people with gloves and masks on it, and it kind of gave me like an eerie kind of feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably the most uncomfortable that I ever been at a grocery store in my life, and probably the most uncomfortable that I've been in the Uber, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing people with the masks and gloves on. I know we're trying to be safe, but like I just said, when you're not used to something, it just looks odd to you. And yeah, man, that's pretty much all it was. I'm not putting fault or blame on anybody about how I feel. It just was my interpretation of the situation at that time. But like, going back to the story, I do think that ESPN made the right call, man. A lot of things are going on. California got a ban for a reason. I know it was gonna be getting fighters to the island, but how soon are these fighters gonna be tested? How soon do the results come back? Like, a lot of things have to go on to make sure that everything is A-OK. And I feel like with an extra week with ESPN, you know what I'm saying, just doing their due diligence and just being reassured. I feel like that's all it was. I think ESPN just wanted to be reassured that everything was gonna go according to plan. I'm not saying Dana wasn't doing everything in his power to make sure things were going to go to plan, but maybe ESPN just had some intrepidation about this thing coming together so fast, and maybe instead of 1 week, they want 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They want 2 weeks to get everything in order, because the event was supposed to be next Saturday, so it's only like a day in a week. You know what I'm saying? Removed from posting it to take place. So I'm sure ESPN wants to go out there and see the infrastructure and things like that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it about Dana White and his thing going on with ESPN. So let's get to the the next story that we got up. What could it be? Who could it be? Y'all know what it is because I revealed it on the Floyd Mayweather recently came out and said and told people that he wants to now become a trainer. He posted it on his
Go ahead, look. Look on him. Touch him. Touch him. Touch him. Long jab. Pass. Touch him. Touch him. Touch him.
mute that right quick. Now, Floyd Mayweather came out and told people that everybody that he wanted to be a trainer. You know what I'm saying? Let me read you his lengthy Instagram post. It's right there on the screen if you guys wanna read along with me. But it says, "This is my first day working with my 14-year-old nephew, ex-slug boy Chris, who has absolutely no boxing experience at all, and this is my second time doing mitt work. The first time was my oldest son, King Corin, which you may have seen I recently posted. As many of you know, I had incredible trainers, which included my dad and uncle. Due to the recent passing of my uncle Roger, I felt inspired to help those around me the same way they have been there for me throughout my boxing career. In a time where we must distance ourselves from others, it has allowed me to reflect on how I want to make a difference in people's lives and help them achieve their goals. A true trainer wants the best out of their fighter and pushes them to the best of their abilities. I am new to helping people train, as I've always been on the other side of the mitts. A fighter could be impressive at mitt work, but it doesn't make him a great fighter. A trainer could be impressive on the mitts, but it doesn't make him a great trainer. It has become a goal of mine to help others reach their best version of themselves and walk with it in confidence. I want to leave an impression on those around me and allow them to see the other potential and allow them to see their potential. This quarantine period has allowed me to see the importance of unity and helping others grow. I want to do my part on this earth and allow people to see the potential in themselves so that they can share it with the world. I am new to training, and so far I've been working with people no boxing experience. Therefore, we are growing together. But I promise you, I will be one of the best trainers in the world. Inspire and be inspired." Wow, that's a post right there, man. Now look, in recent, you know what I'm saying, recent months, recent weeks, you know what I'm saying, Floyd has endured with a lot of tragic events in his life. If you know Floyd and you follow him, then you know about the tragic events. He lost his child's mother. He lost his uncle, and his daughter just got into some fairly serious trouble last weekend. So he's going through a lot right now, you know what I'm saying? And this quarantine maybe is a blessing in disguise for him. Like he said, he got to pretty much reconnect with his loved ones, be closer to them, teach his son about the sweet science, teach his nephew about the sweet science, who looks like he's shit. To not have no boxing skill, he's keeping his feet distance properly. That jab looks snappy. I know it's a pass, and I'm just giving you my opinion. That hook looked nice. You know what I'm saying? So now as far as Floyd being a trainer, I think if Floyd feels like he has something to like give to the game, then he can definitely give to the game. But I just caution people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the greatest fighters or the greatest basketball player or the greatest football players don't necessarily make the greatest coach, because some of their abilities other people just can't do. But as far as learning, as far as work ethic, as far as teaching them the business of boxing, as smart as them, knowing that punishment is not always a good thing. Like you ain't gotta take a hit to give a hit. So I think with all that said, yeah, Floyd can add a lot to boxing. He can add a lot to a young fighter career, and maybe he don't want to do, you know what I'm saying, professional fighters. Maybe he want to keep it to a amateur, you know what I'm saying, level, and really help the amateur program out. But if Floyd feels like he wants to give back to the sport of boxing, man, I'm not one to sit here and say it's something that he shouldn't do, because I believe, you know what I'm saying, everybody get inspired by different ways, and maybe with these tragic events, he's been inspired to really, you know what I'm saying, leave his imprint on the world. You know what I'm saying? He had a great historical boxing career, so he just trying to find that next chapter in his life, you know what I'm saying? And maybe being a trainer is absolutely the way for him to go, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he'll get a long line of boxers, of amateurs, of trainers who probably just want to work with him and just pick his brain on certain things. So at the end of the day, if you're asking me, do I think Floyd Mayweather would be a good trainer, I would say yes, because the wealth of information that he has in his brain, if he can't help, you know what I'm saying, like physically or help you in the ring, then he can definitely help you to the mental side of things and the mental aspect of boxing, you know what I'm saying, and for somebody who's if you're a young boxer or if you're a younger fighter who's not yet turned pro or who already is pro, and you want to learn how to live outside of the ring, then you look no other than Floyd Mayweather. Never seen Floyd fat or chubby or out of shape during his boxing career, and his career done spanned 20 years. So, and this one he didn't have multiple like retirements during his career, and we never really seen him blown up or out of shape. So, if you're a young boxer and that aspect of the game you want to pick up, he's definitely the one to look at when it comes to that. But we got more Floyd Mayweather news. Not only does Floyd want to become a trainer, Floyd has just secured another business deal. He has just secured Money Mayweather, he called himself. He has just secured another business deal, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, what is that business deal, Mike? What you talking about? He secured another business deal. What kind of business deal he got on the table? Huh? Floyd Mayweather finalizes deal to manage his digital likeness. Now, look, I'm not an expert on what digital likeness is, so I'm going to share the story with you, the full story, so maybe we can break this down together. I read the story this time. I did read it prior to coming on the air because I wanted to know what they mean by digital likeness. Because when you see something that says digital likeness, you think about gaming, the gaming aspect. Those were the first thing that came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get into it. We gotta dive a little bit deeper because to what it was saying, it wasn't like it was gaming. And there's one sentence in there that really let me know that it wasn't gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like really cleared it up for me. You know what I'm saying? Like no speculations no more for me. But let's get to the story. You know what I'm saying? The story is coming from Boxing Scene, Boxing Clever, a fake. I mean, not fake, but a alias for a writer that, you know what I'm saying, I guess got the info from somewhere else, so he's not the primary source. But it says 5-division world champion Floyd Mayweather has finalized a deal for a joint venture with the owner of Fubo TV streaming service, Face Bank Group, and One Entertainment Group to manage the boxer's digital likeness, Virtual Mayweather. Okay. I see when it said that Virtual Mayweather, I was thinking like, oh, we back, baby. We about to get another boxing game. It's about to, I heard Eddie talking about it. You know what I'm saying? EA reach out to Floyd to see what he going. Nah, hold your horses. Not so soon. Not so fast, there, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the story. The partnership was created to protect and exploit the brand name and likeness of Virtual Mayweather. I like how they got the name Virtual Mayweather now. Like it's a person or some shit. They motherfucker done gave it a motherfucking zip code, a address, a apartment, you know what I'm saying, a car to drive and everything. Virtual Mayweather. For multiple multimedia opportunities and current and future form content scenarios. Under the partnership, one of the projects that the companies intend to develop is virtual boxing matchups pitting Mayweather's digital likeness against other boxing legends and icons. Again, that had me thinking, like, damn, is this a boxing game? Come on, man. Y'all can't be saying all these nice ass words and not be a boxing game now. Like, I'm over here thinking, like, man, this gonna be lit. And again, when I read that sentence, they had me like, okay, this not a boxing game. I was doing like you guys. I was jumping to conclusion. Like, is it not a boxing game? Is it is? I mean, is it not? Like, what is it? Back to the story. Resembling short films, the real-time simulations will feature top-secret results based on a modeling computer that will make incremental relationships between actual performance, velocity of punches, speed of reaction, strategy, and stamina. Now, God, if that ain't a game, what's a game? If that ain't what would you define a game, man? What is it? Back to the story, man. I'm done being a dead horse guy. But they had me fooled reading this story. They had your boy out here on edge reading that story. I'm like, man, they really about to come out with a yeah. No, man, not they had they not. But anyway, FaceBank will work with Mayweather to research, capture, and analyze photographic filmed and mathematical representation of his face and body to develop a computer-generated digital likeness for global and commercial applications. See, commercial applications, man, make me think of gaming again. Like, bro, like, come on. The company expects to announce similar agreements with the other athletes in coming weeks. Okay, so they gonna try to get a lot of okay. I like that. Now here's where it becomes tricky. Here's where it becomes very not gamerish. You know what I'm saying? Like this, let you know, like this, it ain't a gamer shit at all. The virtual boxing matches will be exclusive to the Fubo TV live TV streaming platform and pay-per-view partners to be announced. So you telling me I gotta pay for virtual Mayweather too? I damn don't like paying for fucking real Mayweather. I gotta pay for virtual Mayweather too, and I can't use him to go fight Sugar Ray Robinson. Can I use him to fight Errol Spence? Can I use him to fight Terrence Crawford? If I can't use him to fight nobody, and I gotta watch computer-generated matches, I'm not sure I'm really interested in seeing that shit. I'm just keep it a buck hunting. Maybe some people will. Maybe some people in the gaming world and the boxing world may be intrigued with some of this shit. I'm not. I'm not the guy that's gonna be sitting around here waiting on the digital virtual Mayweather versus the digital virtual Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm not gonna be around here waiting for that, man. Come on, bro. I want to see virtual Mayweather versus virtual Durant. No, I might want to see it, but I'm not gonna pay pay-per-view. Boy, you know, you should got me over here stressing me. No damn virtual Mayweather. Hell. I want to see the real money fight. Show me the real money, Mayweather. And big up everybody out there who found the stream. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody out there listening to me. But here it goes. Mayweather says, my team has always been the past, present, and future of sports and entertainment. Now together with FaceBank, Fubo TV, and One Entertainment, I am continuing that trend. Okay. Hey, man, you can't get mad at Floyd's business acumen, you know what I'm saying? He's out here trying to get that bank, and I ain't mad at him, man. If that's, hey, if they gonna pay you, man, you'll be a fool to turn down that money. You'll be a fool to. David Gattinler, Fubo, man, I keep on wanting to say Fubu, but you know what I'm saying? It's not Fubu. CEO, you know what I'm saying? With FaceBank tech-driven IP in sports, movies, and live performances, and Fubo TV's direct-to-consumer live TV streaming platform for cord cutters, we're already making strides towards building the kind of digital entertainment company we envision. Our joint venture with Floyd and One Entertainment makes possible a few of the greatest fights of all time that never happened. That could have never happened until now. Bro, it ain't the same. I know you want to make the fight that all the fans have been talking about, all this and that, but it ain't the same, bro. It's like Jordan or Shaq playing against Wilt Chamberlain on live. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same, bro. We don't get excited for that because we know like it ain't real life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different variables that go into real life that the game can't take into consideration. That it's just like it looks good, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, it's just not gonna do it for me. It's just not gonna do it for me. And I respect Floyd. I respect that little game or a virtual Mayweather against virtual Leonard. No, man. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that, bro. I could did that with Fight Night Champions or something like I mean. I'm sure Floyd was on one of them games. So yeah, man, it's not something that I'm big into, but maybe some people are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people are, and it is what it is. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all the boxing news for the day. Hope you guys appreciate the show. We'll be posting, you know what I'm saying, late, you know what I'm saying, so it might come out like 1 a.m. So when I do, y'all watch. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend about Mike on Sports, man, and help my subscriber base grow. Just like y'all came and y'all flooded the platform and got me to 1.3. Let's go ahead and keep me up to like 2.6, man. Let y'all know how I go. Mike on Sports. Yes, sir. Drop that beat on him.
Yeah!